This is now. What was the question? Oh yeah. So the timing now. So I went now to a place like in a hotel, and I'm staying 4 days or more. I'm saying 4 days. Why? Because the scholars, they said if it's 4 days, you have made an intention to stay for more than 4 days, then you are not a traveler. Some of them, they said 3 days. Controversial. And some of them, they said there is no limit. Like Abdullah ibn Abbas, he said, well, the Prophet of Allah, he went to Tabuk for the sake of the Romans. They used to be wanted to come but once they heard about the Prophet of Allah and the Muslim, they didn't want to involve or engage into a fight. So they were in the Tabuk for 21 plus days. And the Prophet of Allah used to shorten the prayer there. Okay, shortening the prayer. Abdullah ibn Umar, he went to Azerbaijan. You know Azerbaijan, which is almost in Russia, southern Russia. And he wanted to go back to Medina. He was blocked by snow. And snow, it was, blocking the path. And it's not little snow, it's like mountain snow. So he knows that this snow is not going to melt in 2, 3, 4 days. He stayed in Azerbaijan for 6 months, knowing he's going to stay for that, shortening the prayer. Shortening the prayer. There's a hadith which is not authentic about Anas was in Bilad al-Sham for 2 years, shortening the prayer. Khwani, the thing that he's asking about and the distance, we have a difference among the scholars. We have books regarding the traveling and the journey. So when we read, there's 2 things, ya Khwani, involved. Your intention and what the urf, the customs say about this place, traveling or not. So the traveler is always a traveler. He does not settle. So if you went to a place and you're saying to yourself, well, I'm not defining how much I'm going to stay here. It could be 1 day, it could be 2 days, it could be 3 days, it could be 1 week, it could be 2 weeks. Then you're a traveler. No, you have a ticket which says, well, you're going to be staying for 1 week. I mean, no, there's a ticket there. Okay? But I am not a person who is this week going to my own house, the house of my family. I'm not going to rent a flat and buy my utensils. I'm actually from one hotel to another, or one hotel but from one restaurant to another. My breakfast here, my dinner is there, and I'm a traveler. I didn't settle. Even though my ticket is for what? For 1 week. I haven't settled. So the traveler has got traveling circumstances surrounding him. When you travel as well to a place, you always do something extra. Like for example, yesterday when I went to travel to Nottingham, I opened my bonnet and I looked into the antifreeze of mine. I looked into because I want to know, going for far distance, Nottingham. So that's traveling. I will never do this if I'm coming to, for example, next door, Tesco or Asda. I'm not going to say to my wife, take care of the children because I'm going to Asda. I'm not going to say that. But we have a traveling that big distance, I'm going to say these things. I travel as a traveler. So, Wallahu A'lam, what I believe is what Shaykh Al-Albani said is correctly, is that depending upon your circumstances. So Shaykh Al-Mahmashur as well, he had said that traveler, he will not start looking into cheapest saucepan to cook his food with. You understand me? He will be just from one hotel to another hotel or from one restaurant to another restaurant. He's a traveler. Okay? But if the person here stayed here for, let's say, studying, he's going to stay here for 1 year. So what is he going to be in hotels? No, he's going to rent a flat. He's going to look for the cheapest flat for monthly rent. He's going to start cooking his food or try to learn to cook his food because he cannot afford to go to there. Correct? That's he settled here. So the fatwa which says that as long as he's for studies as a traveler is wrong fatwa. And by the way, this is the fatwa of Shaykh Ibn Uthaymeen rahimahullah. Said regardless of how many years you stay, 4 years or 3 years academy, scholars had refuted that this fatwa is not correct because he had resided, he had rented a flat, he had bought his utensils and all of that. Wallahu a'lam. But whatever argument he used, we could really implement it on somebody who did not settle, who did not rent a flat, who did not buy utensils, who did not buy a washing machine, instead of going to the the machines and pay a lot of money.
So Sheikh, if a person that traveled for 3 weeks, example, he qualifies for it, is okay for him to miss the Jummah?
Yes, he's okay to miss the Jummah. It's recommended to come to the Jummah, but it's not compulsory. The traveler, Ikhwani, he is got concession from the Almighty subhanahu wa ta'ala. Naam. But he has to pray the Dhuhr, remember. Naam.